Welcome to the Little Beading Closet. I'm Sherry. Today we're going to be making this Crystal Desire beaded bracelet. The supplies that we need are size 15 seed beads, 34 of the Irisduo beads, 16 of the Wibeduo beads, and 32 4x6 rondelles. I'm going to use a magnetic clasp. This is a symbol. And a size 12 beading needle along with Wildfire in Black 0.006. They have a top and a bottom to them, and the top has a curved, gentle beveled edge for both of them, and the backs are flat. And throughout the video, every time I pick one up, I'll have the top facing me and enter into the right hole on my needle like so. Begin by picking up an Irisduo, and you want it on your needle in this direction. One size 15, one more Irisduo, again in the same direction, 115, one more Irisduo, again in the same direction, one more 15, and then we'll be adding our clasp. One more 15, and pull this down near the end of your thread, leaving about a 6-inch tail that you can use later in your bracelet. Go ahead and knot your thread between the Irisduo and 15. I'm going to go ahead and knot it twice here, just so I have a good starting point for this bracelet. Needle into the Irisduo, your 15, and next Irisduo. Step up into the outer hole of your Irisduo. Now that we have this started, it's going to get more repetitive as we go. So we're going to be picking up 115, one of our Wibeduos, and they have the 2 holes in them. You want to come into it like this on your needle. One more 15, one Irisduo, again picking it up the same direction that we had for the first step. One more 15, and one more Wibeduo, again in this direction, and one more 15. And needle into the opposite side of your Irisduo that your thread was coming out of. And pull this all together. Go ahead and needle through your 15 and the Wibeduo, pulling your thread through, and then the next 15 and into your Irisduo as well. Again, we're going to step up into the leading edge of our Irisduo. This time it's 115, one Irisduo, 115, one Irisduo, 115, and one Irisduo, and one more 15. Needle into the opposite hole that your thread is coming out of, and pull this all next to your work. We're going to step up through the 15 and Irisduo, one more 15, and the Irisduo on the end. Enter into the empty hole of the leading Irisduo. And this is where we're going to start repeating our right angle weave units. This one was the Irisduo and the Wibeduo combination. So you pick up 115, Wibeduo, 115, one Irisduo, 115, and one Wibeduo, and one more 15, and enter into the opposite side of the Irisduo that your thread is exiting. Pulling all this through. Again, we're going to needle up to this Irisduo, so through your 15 and Wibeduo, and through your 15 and Irisduo. Step up into the outer hole of the Irisduo here on the end. And just pulling everything tight as you go. So we're going to continue with a 15, an Irisduo, a 15, and an Irisduo, a 15, and an Irisduo, and one more 15. Go ahead and needle into the opposite side of the Irisduo that your thread is exiting and pull it next to your work. Needle through a 15 in Irisduo, and one more 15 in Irisduo. And step up into the empty hole of the Irisduo on the edge. Continue repeating your alternating patterns of right angle weave until you've come to the point where you've used all the Wibeduos, and we'll go from there. I just added my last right angle weave unit using the Wibeduos. So again, I'll come through the 15 and Wibeduo, so I can step up to the outer leading edge Irisduo here. So coming through this 15 and Irisduo, and into the leading edge of the Irisduo. We need to attach the other end of our clasp now. Since mine's magnetic, I'm just going to take it apart and bring it over here. At this point, you'll be picking up your size 15 and an Irisduo, 115, and your clasp, $115, and your very last Irisduo bead, and one more 15. Go ahead and needle into the opposite side of the Irisduo that your thread is coming out of, pulling this up next to your work. I'm going to retrace this last unit that has the clasp attached to it. I'm going to end up right here where I'm at now, but I need to retrace all the way around. Just continue back around, adding strength to where the clasp attaches. Like I said, you want to continue until you're coming out of your Irisduo before the clasp. Now I'm going to turn my work this direction and step up into the outer hole of the Irisduo next to the clasp. So continue adding your 15s, rondelles and 15s down the edge, and then we'll work on the next step. Once you added all your rondelles and 15s down the side and are exiting this Irisduo here, you're going to enter into the hole that your tail is coming out of from the beginning of the project. So I'll pull this through. Now I want to come through the 15 here in the Irisduo, and through this 15 and into the next Irisduo. At this point, I'm going to turn my work, step up into this outer hole of the Irisduo here, and again we're going to be adding a 15, a rondelle and a 15 all the way down the next edge. So when you get all of those on, at the end, we'll talk about the next step. I'm adding my last size 15, 4x6 rondelle and 15, and coming into the Irisduo down here next to my clasp. So now I'm going to needle into the other hole of the Irisduo, pulling my thread through. I'm going to retrace this inner circle that holds on the clasp and add a few half hitch knots to get it nice and secure. So I'm just finishing retracing that thread path. I'll add a half hitch knot between my Irisduo and 15, come through another 15 and Irisduo, again adding a half hitch knot, again through the 15 and Irisduo, again through the 15 and Irisduo, and I'll add another half hitch knot. And just when ending my thread, I don't like to cut it right next to the knot that I added last, so I'll come through a few more beads before I trim it off. Now I just have to add a needle to my other end, retrace this the same way, adding the knots, and I'll be finished. I just finished a Crystal Desire beaded bracelet. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day.